noise when I come in till I wake up. You know how you kick the bed, don't you? Oh, God, are you awake? I just take them with me everywhere. On matinee days, they both come down with the nanny, and they spend the whole day in the theater.
So the next show Inside Out?
Yes, Laura does all the songs. She was doing one of them the other day, that's absolutely true, and she went, "Oh, you can't get a man with a bum." I said, "No, Charlie. First of all, it's the wrong lyrics." And I said, "Yes, you can."
What about your children at Paris? Are they a major part of your life?
They are. Most important now.
3 boys?
Yep.
Yeah, how old are they now?
26, 24, 22. Around that area.
Yeah.
But they are. I mean, I often thought, if I look back at this particular stage of my life, having lived this long, much to the amazement of my friends, you know, and my life wouldn't be anything without them now. I can look back and say, that's really what it's all about for me.
Do they come out and stay with you at your home in the
They do.
Lovely place to go and visit Dad, isn't it?
I wonder what it's like for them having a father that's got such a sort of flamboyant image.
Are they like you?
I think they all have aspects of me, I suppose.
Do you like the aspects of you that you see
I
in
do.
them?
I'm very proud of them.
Have they all got blue eyes? Right?
Yeah, they have.
The most amazing blue eyes. Like we can't see going close on.
When I speak to my ex-wife on the phone, one of them does something wrong, I always say, "Your son."
Yeah. Oh, I see, yeah.
And if they achieve something wrong, I said, "My son."
What are they doing now?
One of them just finished a movie, directing. He wrote and produced and directed a movie in California. He won Filmex Award last year, Filmex 85. The second one is in Central School. The third one is a pop singer.
Oh.
In the group.
And how's he doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah. Do you think he will become mega?
I don't
Mega
know.
big?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's important. Is it important to be successful?
Well,
It depends on who you are. It was important for me to be successful.
No, but
I
now when
wanted
you
it.
look back, because I'm years older than you, when I look back on it now, I've had all these years, and I sort of think, well, so what? I'm not the one to sort of blasé about it, but I somehow think that, was it all really necessary?
But if you're an entertainer, you want to have the people there to see you, and the whole thing goes, you know, I mean,
yes,
it's out of the cycle.
I'm not like that, I'm afraid. I mean, I really couldn't care less if I ever worked again.
What turns you on then now?
I'd just like to be on my own and that, and ramble around, or go to the theatre, see other people perform, see younger people being marvellous. Like great joy to see Vanessa Redgrave, the young daughter. I saw one Natasha perform at the Seagull. And I knew her when she was about 4 doing Camelot. She was a little baby in my arms. And to see her on stage playing Nina in the Seagull and see how wonderful she was, that to me is very exciting.
It's very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud, I like to do with it. But to see her there, knowing her and then seeing her, and seeing the younger generation so committed to their work. And they are wonderful. This generation.
Do you reckon? Because a lot of people who say they're not.
No, that's not true. They're more dedicated than we were. They're going to do much more.
Are you talking
than we
about
did.
your profession now?
Yes, I am.
Solely?
Yeah, I'm talking about my profession. They're much more dedicated than we were. They won't abdicate. I mean, O'Toole and myself and Finney and Burton, we all sort of abdicated, really.
Yeah, but you're such wonderful characters, all of you. Could talk to you all day. You've done a lot. You've seen a lot of
I prefer to see them on
things.
stage, to see the work on. I prefer to see the magnetism happen on the stage.
Well,
And the younger generation have it. I mean, these young people that I speak to now, they really have this wonderful commitment that they somehow are not going to make the mistakes that we've made, and we know we did. We went off to Hollywood and we made bad pictures and so forth, and we shouldn't really have done it.
Do you think,
some of it, but not all of it.
What do you think of some of the films that you've made?
I think some were wonderful and some were dreadful. More dreadful than wonderful.
As long as they keep showing the good ones on the television, not,
Well, that's
not
the awful
breaking
thing,
up
isn't
the
it?
old
Because I
ones.
haven't done a picture for about 4 years. And people keep recognizing me in the street. I said, God, you become immortal through video cassette. If they ever invented the video, I'd be forgotten now. But they've invented the video in the late night movie. So we'll go on forever. It's terrible, isn't it?
You won't be able to watch the television anymore.
No.
It's a funny feeling turning on the television, seeing yourself in an old film.
I never watched it. I can't bear it. I couldn't even watch it when I was young. Watching my stuff when I was young. I couldn't bear it at all.
What, why? Does it make you cringe watching your own
Terrible.
performance?
I feel awful.
Oh.
Yeah. Look awful. Hate the way I look. Hate the way I talk. How I do things. Terrible.
Well, I study. I'll watch things and study, and if I can watch it and not realize it's me up there, in other words, forget it's me performing, then I know it's working. But if I'm conscious of the fact that it's me up there, then it hasn't worked.
What bits about you don't you like? Do you pick yourself to bits?
Oh, I don't think anybody ever likes their face on the screen, do they? You sort of go, ugh, you know. everybody else thinks it's wonderful. You think it's, you pick apart things like that, yes.
Yeah.
And I always think I've got a lisp, which I don't have, and I think I got this raucous laugh, which I do have. And I go, oh, you do things like that. Sorry?
You have this.
I didn't think anybody would notice that.
Well, anyway, look, it's great to have you both here today. Unfortunately, programmes have to come to an end, and this one has. But look, Susie, the best of luck for Annie Get You
Thank you very much.
It's obviously brilliant, since Giles said it was. I mean, he's such a critic.
Thank you very much.
And we'll come to see it as
Yes,
well.
do.
And have a wonderful time.
Thanks.
In a really successful
I've got a
run.
very dirty lyric to one of your songs. Can I sing it now?
Well, not
If you
it's
think you can
that
get away with it,
No.
say what, write it down, we'll use it at the show.
Tell us during the news. You can tell us, and we'll pass
Send
it
it to
on
Irving
Steve.
Berlin, he's 96, that might just about do it.
Hey, Richard, thank you as well. I mean, you didn't really know why you'd come in
I have
this
no
morning,
idea.
but I'm
why I
so
was
glad
out
you
here.
did.
Thank you.
We're still waiting to find out. It's been lovely chatting to you.
Liking the suggestions. Anyway, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
And when you go back to the Bahamas, I do hope you come back to live here one day. It'd be nice.
Okay. Thank you.
Take a break.
Hello again. Danny LaRue has become something of an institution in Britain as our top female impersonator with his glamorous frocks and brilliant makeup. He can be Mae West, Joan Collins, Marlene Dietrich or Shirley Bassey, but few people know that beneath the rubber falsies and the bouffant blonde wigs is a man who actually spends much of his time visiting the sick and the dying in hospices and helping charities for the disabled. Good morning, Dan. You're a bit of a Bob Geldof on the side, aren't you?
Well, our profession has always been helpful. I think we call it giving back. Ours in a much smaller way. It started with the garden fetes and the charity coffee mornings. But they're all important, you see, and Bob and our American colleagues did it in a much bigger way. They reach the world, really.
Yes.
But the profession has always been trying very hard to help.
Anyway, you've just got this wonderful award from Australia, haven't you?
That was a surprise. I've just come back. I've only been back a couple of days. I did 5.5 months tour. But in 1975, I was at home in Henley watching the telly. I switched it on and I saw a child walking through a crushed Christmas tree with a broken doll. And it was from Darwin. They'd had a terrible cyclone. And I was then appearing at the Prince of Wales, and I rang the now Lord Delfont, who gave me the theatre free, and Princess Anne became the patron. And we did a wonderful concert with a lot of Australians in England and British stars. We raised an awful lot of money. And we did, and it was forgotten. And I appeared about 3 weeks ago at Darwin at their wonderful new theatre. And they said after the show, we've arranged a drink, Danny, in the bar. Would you like to pop in? I said, oh, I'd be delighted. But it was a civic reception, and they gave me a plaque, which was very interesting. But it was really thank you to all my colleagues. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Because it was a team effort, and it was very nice.
We've got the plaque.
Yes, that was really nice with the... That is the Darwin coat of arms.
And that was a complete surprise for you.
It was indeed. And was also the surprise, it was the middle of winter and it was 32 degrees. The Northern Territory is very hot. Very hot indeed.
Now, you also visit hospices for the dying, which one would imagine would be very depressing.
But not at all. I started that, I was invited when I was in Bristol, a very happy pantomime season in Bristol, and they asked me if I would visit some hospitals, and I visited a hospice there. We've become great friends, and I now try, when I go all over the world, to visit. As a matter of fact, I left a terminal hospital in Sydney at about 11 o'clock last Friday to catch a plane, and they were amazing. But I went to visit a friend of mine's mother who has since died, but there was a very young woman there in her early 30s with 3 children grasping for life and slipping away from her. That's why I was so interested. I've been watching every morning the addictions, and I wondered if a form of therapy for the sad youngsters who seem to be throwing their lives away, if they could take them to visit sick children who are dying of leukemia, young people who really long desperately to live, and the young other people are just throwing life away, it seems to me, aimlessly. I think it would be a good form of therapy to let the young people see how precious life is and what you can do with a life.
Yes,
It's a wonderful gift to life. I would like to see that, because life is very precious, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, you have a very strong religious faith as well.
Well, that's been enormous help to me, because with success, I've also had a lot of failures in my life. I find failure has been a bit stimulating. I mean, a few years ago, I lost literally everything I'd worked for all my life. But I know a lot of rich dead people. It's made me aware of the fact that it's life and people and what surrounds you, your family, are much more important than money. And it's stimulating. My religion, I couldn't have coped without my religion at all. You're never alone, you see.
Yeah.
With a religion, you're never alone. I'm not an evangelist. I don't preach to other people. I find religion a very personal thing. And religion is usually showed in your behavior to other people. But I don't preach hellfire and damnation. I find that rather vulgar. I think I know there's a God, and I know that some people don't believe in it. I do believe in it, and it's very good for me.
Yeah.
It makes me happy, and I love it. It's laugh at the world and
all your costumes.
well, it's like an
and
army
stuff.
maneuver sort of company. There'll be 25 or 26 of us on the road. We open next week in Bridlington for a season, which will be my first season for 5 years. I'm looking forward to that very much, especially if the weather's very nice.
Yes.
And then I do a national tour all over the country, weeks in various major cities and one-night stands, and then into what I think is my favorite part of my theatrical career is my pantomime season, which we say will be in Bath, because that you get the whole family, from the top to the grandfathers and grandmothers, and it's nice.
And do you have any new ladies in your repertoire now?
Well, one of the two very good new things that are in the show, which are very exciting, Tina Turner with the Mad Max group, because that was great. And with great respect to Andrew Lloyd Webber, who I have the highest admiration for, we're doing a mild send-up on Cats, which has gone down very well, but it'll be seen for the first time next Monday at Bridlington.
And finally, Danny, do you still have your original pair of false boobs?
Yes, I think I'll have them gold-plated and put them up as Sotheby's. Man and boy, those boobs have been with me, you know, and they've made me a quid, so... But it's nice. It's nice to be back. It's nice.
And it's very nice to see you this morning, Danny. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. And stay with us, because after the break, it's Lizzie. There you go. We were talking earlier about the problems of overeating and being overweight. I think there's no doubt at all now that exercise really does help. So now's your chance with Lizzie.
Right, well, up you get, because we're going to go down on the floor halfway through, because I want to give you lots of choice. So if you face your left side, and maybe your left diagonal, take away your right leg 4 times. Now swing it up in front, but bend it right up. Take it away 4 times, but bend the front leg. Up again. Face your right diagonal. 4 times, taking it further away each time. Bend it up in front twice. If that one suits you, then do that one quite a few times, up in front. Now stay there, take the back leg away and lunge all the way down, but don't lean forward, keep the weight in front and up. And change. There's too much strain on that knee, don't do it. Face me, feet together and bounce to crouch. Now gently reach towards your toes. Bend again and bounce, heels off the floor. Down go the heels, reach down. And crouch, and bottom on the floor, legs in front, and away we go! The rocking one we've been doing all week. Towards me 4 times, raise your right hip and then your left, and that buttock, back you go. Rev up towards me again. Back. Now this one you might be able to do, raising the leg off the floor. Back comes the right one. Extend it up, bend it back and down. Back. If you can't straighten, don't worry. In time you will. Change legs. And up. Maybe it's not lower than that. We'll keep this one low. Draw it in. Try and extend it. And back on your elbows. Now really work at this. It's large circles where you alternate the bending and straightening. And some more tomorrow. Keep cycling.
Thanks very much, Lizzie. You may notice we have some lovely roses on our table. They've been sent to Anne and myself. May I just say thank you very much to Help the Aged and also to the Preschool Playgroups Association. Both organisations are celebrating their silver jubilees and they're having a big floral luncheon today attended by Princess Diana. Good luck to them and thanks for the flowers. Who do you have on after 9 tomorrow, John?
Well, we're talking about the problems of tranquilizers, addiction to tranquilizers, and I think a lot of people don't realise quite how serious it is because they're prescribed pills, but they can be desperately dangerous coming off them. And Joyce Titz is going to be talking about that with an addict. Also, Claire Rayner will be here.
Right. We've got Alec Jones.
Yes, and Maureen Lipman.
Soprano. Yes, and Maureen Lipman. Yes.
But today it's been Danny LaRue.
There we are.
I like that top. It's very bright, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's comfortable. When you travel a lot, I usually wear... The thing I have learned in travelling a lot and go into an aeroplane is to wear very comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
When I first went to Australia, I thought I'll arrive with a suit and a collar and tie, I was nearly dead.
Yeah, and
now I arrive in very loose trousers for obvious reasons and very loose shirts, and you feel comfortable.
Well, you look lovely and bright today. It's nice to meet you again.
Delighted.
And thanks for being with us today. Bye-bye.
One